Discover histories, cultures, worlds unknown right here.
Have you ever pondered the driving forces behind Brazil's economy and how it became the powerhouse it is today? Brazil, renowned for its samba, football, and the vibrant Rio Carnival, is also a global economic titan. Its diverse economy, fueled by a rich tapestry of natural resources and robust industries, has made Brazil a key player on the world stage. Brazil's economy is the 9th largest in the world by nominal GDP and the 8th largest by purchasing power parity. This South American giant is also a leading producer of coffee, soybeans, and sugarcane, not to mention its significant contributions in sectors like automobile, aviation, and petrochemicals. But beneath its economic prowess, there's an intriguing history, a tale of economic ups and downs, of booms and busts, of resilience and innovation. This journey has shaped Brazil into the economic powerhouse we see today. To understand the current status of Brazil's economy, we need to delve into its past. Brazil's economic story begins in the 1500s with the arrival of the Portuguese. This marked the genesis of a new era, where the South American giant, abundant in natural resources, was thrust into the global economy. The early Brazilian economy was primarily agrarian, revolving around cultivation and export of a single crop, sugar. The Portuguese colonizers established large sugar plantations known as engenhos along the northeast coast. However, the production of sugar was labor-intensive. This led to the horrific importation of enslaved Africans, a dark chapter in Brazil's history which had far-reaching social and economic consequences. As the 17th century rolled in, gold was discovered in the interior regions of Brazil, sparking what we now refer to as the gold rush. This led to a shift in the economic focus from the coastal regions to the interior. The gold mining industry flourished, transforming the economic landscape of Brazil. The wealth generated from this gold boom helped fund industrial developments in Europe, while back home it led to the creation of new towns and an internal migration of people towards the mining areas. Come the 19th century, another commodity took center stage: coffee. The fertile lands of São Paulo and Parana proved ideal for coffee cultivation. The coffee industry quickly became a significant part of the Brazilian economy. With the abolition of slavery in 1888, Brazil saw a massive influx of European immigrants who provided the labor needed for the coffee plantations. The coffee barons, as they were known, wielded immense political and economic power, shaping Brazil's trajectory towards modernity. However, this period of economic history was not without its challenges. The reliance on a single commodity for economic growth made Brazil vulnerable to global market fluctuations. Moreover, the societal scars left by the era of slavery were deep and far-reaching, influencing Brazil's socio-economic fabric even today. The turn of the 20th century brought about significant changes in Brazil's economic landscape. The country was poised to step out of the shadows of its colonial past and embark on a journey towards industrialization and urban growth. The 1900s marked a period of transition for Brazil, moving from an agricultural economy towards industrialization and urbanization. This shift was not spontaneous, but the result of strategic policies aimed at modernizing Brazil's economic structure. The government's import substitution industrialization plan was instrumental in this transition. This policy reduced dependency on foreign goods by encouraging domestic industries' growth, creating a protective cocoon for the nascent manufacturing sector. The impact of World War II on Brazil cannot be underestimated. The war created a demand for Brazil's raw materials, leading to an influx of foreign investment. This capital was channeled into diversifying the economy and developing infrastructure, setting the stage for rapid urbanization. Cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro evolved into bustling urban centers, attracting migrants from rural areas seeking better opportunities. The 1960s and 1970s marked the Brazilian miracle, a period of exceptional economic growth. Fueled by high global commodity prices and a boom in domestic manufacturing, the economy soared. A burgeoning middle class emerged, driving consumption and further fueling growth. Brazil seemed unstoppable, and its economy was the envy of the developing world. Yet the economic miracle didn't last. The global oil crisis of the 1970s and rising debt levels brought Brazil's economy to its knees. The 1980s, often referred to as the lost decade, was a period of economic stagnation and hyperinflation. Despite the challenges, this period laid the groundwork for future economic reforms and paved the way for Brazil's evolution into the economic powerhouse it is today. So as we can see, Brazil's journey to industrialization and urbanization was not straightforward, but a series of peaks and troughs. Each stage, however, played a crucial role in shaping the economic landscape of modern Brazil. Yet the economic miracle didn't last, leading to the lost decade in the 1980s. The 1990s brought economic turmoil to Brazil, but also the seeds of recovery. The decade started with a whirlwind of economic chaos marked by hyperinflation that shook the country to its core. Prices were skyrocketing on a daily basis, the value of money was dwindling, and the economic stability of Brazil was hanging by a thread. This was a period when buying a loaf of bread could become a luxury overnight. The nation's currency, the Cruzeiro, was in freefall, and the citizens of Brazil were caught in the midst of this financial storm. The economic crisis was not just a statistic in the newspaper, it was a harsh reality that every Brazilian had to face. But as the saying goes, it's always darkest before the dawn, and indeed the dawn was about to break. The government, in a bid to curb the economic crisis, implemented a bold and ambitious plan known as the Real Plan in 1994. The plan aimed to stabilize the currency and bring hyperinflation under control. It was a risky move, but it was a risk that the government was willing to take. The Real Plan involved the introduction of a new currency, the real, which replaced the Cruzeiro. It was a significant turning point that marked the beginning of Brazil's recovery from the economic crisis. The plan worked. The real stabilized, inflation rates dropped dramatically, and the economy began to show signs of recovery. By the turn of the millennium, Brazil was experiencing an economic boom. The 2000s saw Brazil's economy grow at an impressive rate. The country was thriving, industries were flourishing, and Brazil was making its mark on the global stage. The seeds of recovery that were sown in the 90s had blossomed into a full-blown economic revival. This recovery set the stage for the economic challenges and opportunities Brazil faces today. The journey was not easy, but it was one that showcased the resilience and determination of a nation that refused to be defined by its economic crisis. The past decade has seen Brazil grapple with new economic challenges and opportunities. In the early 2010s, Brazil was still riding high on the commodities boom. This South American giant, rich in natural resources like iron ore, petroleum, and soya, was experiencing robust growth. However, a combination of economic, political, and social issues began to unravel this momentum. The boom years were followed by the worst recession in Brazil's history in 2015 and 2016. This economic downturn was exacerbated by a series of political scandals that shook investor confidence and led to widespread public discontent. The fallout from Operation Car Wash, a massive corruption investigation involving political and business elites, continues to reverberate through the Brazilian economy. Then came the COVID-19 pandemic, a global crisis that hit Brazil particularly hard. The health crisis and subsequent lockdowns caused a severe contraction in the economy. However, Brazil's economy has shown resilience in the face of adversity, bouncing back with a growth rate of 3.8% in 2021, despite the ongoing pandemic. Meanwhile, Brazil's role in BRICS, a group of 5 major emerging economies including Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been a significant aspect of its economic narrative. This association has provided Brazil with a platform to negotiate more favorable trade and investment deals, strengthening its position on the global stage. Yet the Brazilian economy has its share of weaknesses. High levels of inequality, bureaucratic red tape, and a complex tax system are among the challenges that continue to hinder its economic progress. Despite these obstacles, Brazil's economy has demonstrated a remarkable capacity for change and adaptation. As we look towards the future, Brazil's economy remains a fascinating study of resilience and transformation. With its vast natural resources, youthful population, and growing tech sector, Brazil is poised to write a new chapter in its economic story. Brazil's economic journey showcases a complex interplay of factors from colonization to industrialization, and economic crises to recovery. We journeyed through Brazil's early economic history, which was largely shaped by colonization and the exploitation of natural resources from the 15th to the 18th century. The turn of the 20th century marked a period of industrialization and urbanization, setting the stage for Brazil's modern economy. However, the road was not always smooth. Brazil faced severe economic crises in the 90s and early 2000s, which tested its resilience and capacity for recovery. In the face of adversity, Brazil emerged stronger, entering the 2010s with a more stable economy, showing signs of growth and modernization. It continues to evolve, driven by both domestic and global factors, as it navigates the complex terrain of the global economy. While the future holds new challenges, the history of Brazil's economy is a testament to its potential for growth and change.